Much later, an officer in my unit, Captain Arjun, he was an outstanding leader. He grasped the complexities of leadership better than most. But then, leadership also brings difficult lessons. It carries the emotional burden of command and personal cost that comes along with it. This incident happened during what was supposed to be a routine counterinsurgency patrol in Kashmir. But as we learned that day, war does not follow a script. An ambush turned the mission upside down, and by the time the end of the firefight took place, we had lost a soldier, a 23-year-old who had just written home about his upcoming leave. Arjun felt the weight of that loss deeply, serving as a reminder of the burdens of leadership both on him in the battlefield and off the battlefield. Arjun had been leading the patrol, and although he was not at fault, he blamed himself. His hesitation grew, his judgment wavered, he began to withdraw, both from his men as well as from himself. His men noticed it. They looked at him as soldiers look at their leaders, seeking orders and presence. When they could not find it, their morale suffered. They doubted their mission and questioned whether their leader was still with them. One night, I walked into his tent. He barely looked up. A half-empty bottle sat between us. I did not give him any orders. I did not lecture him. I sat across from him and I just said, "Talk to me." At first he resisted. Then it all came out: guilt, self-doubt, the burden of losing a man under his command. What if I am not fit to lead again? What if I make the wrong calls again? I heard him. I listened. Sometimes leadership means listening to the unspoken questions someone might be afraid to ask. When he finally stopped speaking, I, as his leader, told him the truth. And the truth was, your men need you today. Right now, they don't have you. That night, he did not speak much, and the bottle between us stayed corked. He did not change overnight, but in the weeks that followed, he slowly found his way back. The grief was still there, but he carried it differently. He trained with his men, shared a quiet laugh, and began to return to himself. His men noticed. They stood by him, drawn back to his quiet strength. Months later, in another operation, an IED blast, his voice rang out clearly through the chaos, steady as steel cutting through the smoke. His orders were sharp, and his confidence was restored. His men followed because they had regained trust in their leader. Loyalty comes from a leader's ability to support their team, recognize their struggles, and share the responsibility. It grows through quiet actions, small sacrifices, late nights, and putting the team's needs above your own personal ones. These moments build bonds that stay together strong regardless of the situation. This principle also applies to the corporate world. The best leaders leave their offices to connect with their teams. They recognize hard work. They build a sense of value and offer support. However, it's crucial to remember that not every leader understands this. Some leaders think that loyalty is automatic and can be demanded rather than earned. They expect dedication without giving anything in return. In some toxic corporate cultures, employees suffer burnout under leaders who focus on taking and never giving. In such cases, retention rates decline, engagement drops. People do not remain in environments where they feel disposable. Ignoring the emotional burden that teams bear leads to broken trust. Leaders who dismiss struggles and expect resilience without offering support weaken the loyalty they aim to build.